To listen to the complete audiobook for free, check Amazon Audible, link can be found in the description or the first comment.
Earlier, and even stripping Jack down to a pair of Spider-Man underpants and a white vest, he still felt warm to the touch. Fiona, seeing Maitland's frozen expression, pressed him. "Is everything all right?" She kept staring at him. Well, the blood had drained from his face. Eyes lingering on the last message that had been sent. "You're about to enter a nightmare. And like anything you've ever experienced. Just remember you could have stopped this." Maitland simply repeated. "Sorry," then turned his phone off completely. He lifted his hands to demonstrate that the phone had been dealt with properly now, but he couldn't wipe this shaken expression from his face. Fiona knew that something was wrong. And that she would never get the truth out of him. She never did. On the surface, Maitland and Fiona Ferguson had it all. A traditional red sandstone townhouse, in Glasgow's sought-after downhill area. They were both partners, in a thriving law firm, with offices across the Central Belt, and made a small fortune. Enough to cover 4 major holidays each year, and fill their house with the best of everything. Money wasn't something they had had to think about for a long time. They were the sort of couple that, when they shopped online, they filtered their searches by price high to low. They had 2 cars out front, an Audi TT for Maitland, and a white Range Rover for Fiona. Maitland cared about all that stuff. But for Fiona it was all window dressing compared to the one thing they treasured. More than anything they are smart, funny and miraculously polite. 5-year-old son Jack with Jack asleep in bed, his covers pushed down towards his feet. Maitland retired to the ensuite bathroom while Fiona sat up, in bed holding open a book but reading none of it. She noted him casually pocketing his phone from the bedside table, on the way to the bathroom. His phone was an enigma to her. He always made sure that it was never left in her presence.
To listen to the complete audiobook for free, check Amazon Audible, link can be found in the description or the first comment.
Unlike Fiona, he was always leaving hers lying around. She didn't even keep a screen lock on. Maitland could scroll through her photos and messages any time while he guarded his like it had nuclear codes. Hidden insight. As soon as the bathroom door closed behind him, he paced around in front of his entire sinks, contemplating the phone that he'd placed on the edge of the bath. It sat there now, like an unexploded bomb he didn't know how to defuse. He leaned over his sink, staring down the plug hole that seemed to have become a metaphor for his life. At that moment, he lifted his head to consider himself in the mirror. A handsome reflection stared back, the symmetrical features that had made him attractive to almost every female he'd encountered since his university days. The once chiseled jawline now, sagging slightly from a dearth of recent gym visits, his hair grown out to floppy salt and pepper waves. He'd come from a family of wealthy estate agents, but he had far exceeded his parents' success. Plus, he'd gone to Hutchie Grammar, and his name was Maitland. Guys like him, with names like Maitland, didn't tend to end up unemployed, buying scratch cards at 10 o'clock in the morning. The world, it seemed, had only success in store for Maitland Ferguson. But all that was about to disappear. Chapter 2. Maitland picked up the phone, now able to reply to the text that had left his stomach churning for the last 45 minutes. He had spent most of it in silence beside viewing, on the couch, considering how to respond. All he could think about was the last line of our last message. Just remember, you could have stopped this. free to scroll through the full savagery of what had been said. His hand started to tremble as he read the earlier messages. If you come home to find a pet bunny boiling in a pot, you'll sigh with relief at it being a good day, compared to what I've got cooking for you.
To listen to the complete audiobook for free, check Amazon Audible, link can be found in the description or the first comment.